And to discuss championship weekend extensively is Greg Tepper, managing editor for Dave Campbell's Texas Football. Greg, before we get to the matchups, giving an overall state of high school football in DFW. No state titles last year, 3 big teams getting it this year. Are we getting better, or the best teams still elsewhere in the state?
I feel like things are getting a little more closely knit across the state. That, you know, you've got teams from places we haven't seen in a while. We've got a team from Corpus Christi in the title games this year for the first time in a while. San Antonio makes another appearance. I think that you're seeing more parity. What happened is that back early in the 2000s, this decade, we had a lot of DFW area just dominance. That's not normal. Normally it's a little more spread out. I think we're getting back to that kind of normal. We've got teams from every major metropolitan area represented now. DFW, San Antonio, Houston, and Austin all making an appearance at the title games.
Well, let's take a look at the slate of games of note. All games happening at AT&T Stadium. 5A Division II, Alito versus Cal Allen at 8 o'clock Friday night. Then in Division I at high noon Saturday, Highland Park challenges Temple. And in 6A Division II, Desoto battles Cibolo Steel, 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon. Greg, let's start with Desoto. Combined, these two schools have one state championship between them. How do you see that game playing out?
You know, it's interesting because Desoto's always had that tendency of not being able to perform in the big moment. Well, here they are. They've made it here, and they've made it here kind of with gusto, with comeback wins the past couple of weeks. This might be the year. You know, maybe it is. Now, they're going up against a Cibolo Steel team that's a young program. They won a title in 2010, played for another title 2011, probably the premier team in San Antonio. Great defense is the name of the key for Cibolo Steel. So this should be a real slugfest. I lean a little bit towards Desoto. I think it's maybe just a team of destiny.
Is this the toughest defense that Desoto will have faced?
You know, it's definitely up there. I think this is going to be at least the most talented in the front 7. Joshua Crosland leads this big Cibolo Steel defense. And then folks who follow Big 12 football may recognize the name of the safety, Caden Stearns, the younger brother of Jordan Stearns, who's a star safety at Oklahoma State. And there are folks who say that Caden may be the better player. So this is a talented Cibolo Steel defense.
Well, let's move on now to Highland Park. They haven't been to the state championship game since 2007. Quarterback John Stephen Jones, grandson of Jerry Jones, games at Jerry World. I understand Ed Hockley's crew is going to be officiating that game. I'm kidding. Yeah. Does Jones have what it takes to lead the Scots to a title?
You know, John Stephen Jones is the headliner here, and I understand why, but at the same time, I think that what sets apart this Highland Park team is their defense. You know, John Stephen Jones is a solid quarterback. He doesn't make mistakes, which is what I really like about him. But it's the other side of the coin that really makes me think that this Highland Park team is special. The defense flies around. They've got some of the best linebackers in all of 5A. They're going to give Temple a lot of trouble, and they've been battle tested. That win over Denton Ryan, that was an undefeated Denton Ryan team, and they've got to be, you know, Highland Park's got to be brimming with confidence right now.
And Denton Ryan, I mean, they could do so many different things offensively. And yeah, they hung 24 in that game, but at the same time, you look at what they were capable of doing. Some of those points were off of turnovers. So it was an interesting matchup, to say the least, and the fact that they survived that says a lot about the Scots.
It sure does. Now, they're going up big challenge this week against Temple. Temple is a proud program from the Central Texas area. First-year head coach Scott Stewart's doing fantastic work down there. The guy to keep an eye on for Temple is their defensive end, Taquan Graham, one of the best prospects in the state, and he is a monster off the edge. If he has a big game, Temple's going to be in business. It's up to that Highland Park offensive line to keep John Stephen Jones clean.
Protection absolutely key in that one. Now, Alito has used a complete game performance to make it this far. Defense forces turnovers, tough rushing attack offensively. Can the Bearcats finish on top against 14-1 Cal Allen?
I think they can. They've got to be the favorite in this one. They're the highest scoring team in the state right now, and they are rolling. Quarterback Dylan Davis, I don't think gets enough credit. And they got this freshman running back, Jace McClellan, who's been fantastic, one of 3,000-yard running backs they have. But I also think their defense has maybe gone a little undernoticed, that they take the ball away, they come up with the big play at the big time. Now they're going up against Cal Allen, and Cal Allen's an interesting squad. The winningest coach in Texas high school football history, Phil Danaher, is the coach there, a longtime coach there, and beyond that, they run the wing T, which is something that Alito I don't think has seen this year. You know, you think about the spread offense it's taken over. Well, still
I don't think I've seen them in any level this year.
It's going to be exciting. The wing T, they've got it operating, and they play tough defense. So if they can control the time of possession, Cal Allen can stay in it. But make no mistake about it, I think Alito's a pretty considerable favorite in this one.
How much does championship experience help Alito in a situation like this?
I think it's huge. And I think that these kids have played in big games before. Every game they play at Alito is a big game, and especially especially knowing full well that, those trophies in your trophy case you walk by every day. We say that the first one is always the toughest to get. And Cal Allen does not have a state championship. Even with the winningest coach in Texas high school football history, they don't have a state championship. Alito's gunning for their 7th. They walk by those trophies every day. They know what's expected of them. I think that's a key for them in this game.
So there are of course, these are 3 of a dozen games happening in Arlington this week. A lot of players from other teams you'll see play collegiately. Who are some of the names we need to watch out for?
I always tend to lean towards the smaller school ranks, and the quarterback at Bremond, his name's Rashad Paul. They're playing the 2A Division II title game, 10 a.m. on Thursday. He's gunning for his 3rd state championship. He is 46-0 as a starter. Kyler Murray, remember him? Mm-hmm. He went 42-0 as a starter. What Bremond quarterback Rashad Paul is doing is special. He's committed to Texas A&M, and he is a special player looking to carve his legacy as one of the greatest high school football players ever. The other guys to watch out for Yoakum, the Moore brothers, Joshua and Jordan Moore. They are juniors this year, but they are playmakers all over the field, offense, defense, special teams. They're going to be highly recruited all over the nation. They're pretty special.
These are guys that we need to watch out for, and some possibilities that they could remain in state, given the uptick that Texas is having. Texas A&M always looking for solid recruits, and they've been recruiting well lately.
Sure, and you're going to see, I think if you go out to the state championship games on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, heck, if you want to show up for the 6-man games on Wednesday, you're going to see FBS coaches at the state championship games because they know they need to be seen by these recruits. You're going to see Tom Herman there, I bet. I bet you see Matt Rule, the new coach at Baylor. I bet you see, Major Applewhite from Houston. I bet you're going to see those guys there because they know how important it is to be ingrained in the Texas high school football culture.
One thing we can agree on, it is nice to have these championship games back in North Texas, that's for sure.
It's going to be fun. I'm really excited. If you've never been there, it's such a celebration of Texas high school football. You buy one ticket, you get in for all the days. Go on Thursday, the small schools, real small, you got towns of 800 people that are going to empty out and just turn off the lights if you're the last one out.
Greg Tepper, managing editor of Dave Campbell's Texas Football, thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely.